This week on Hot Rod TV, we're heading to Salt Lake City, Utah to pay a visit to one of the most talented and revered custom car builders in the world.
You said they're passionate, they're craftsmen, they're nuts.
This is the guy.
The crew here at Kindig-It Design is preparing to team up with Olympic speed skater Apolo Ohno to transform this old Cadillac into one world-class cruiser.
We got to get back on it because we have a very short amount of time.
The deadline is tight, and the stakes are high as they attempt to finish the project in time for the biggest aftermarket car show on the planet.
When he sees this car finished at the SEMA show, I think he's going to have a second dedication, cruising.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? The car is absolutely perfect.
And it's all happening right now on Hot Rod TV. We're in Salt Lake City, Utah at Kindig-It Design, where Olympian Apolo Ohno has traveled to sit down with Dave Kindig to chat about an upcoming build.
See, that Camaro is just so raw. I like that, man. It's beautiful. This is the guy.
Hey.
What's up, man?
Hey, man. Good to finally meet you in person. Yeah, how are you, Troy? Good to see you. Good to see you. Hey, come on in. I'm glad you made it down because what I like to do when we first get together and talk about the car that we're going to build you is I really want to kind of see what direction you go.
Yeah.
And I already know that you like going fast. You're very classy, so I think that that's kind of a cool theme to start with.
Yeah. It's been like a childhood dream of mine to basically have this car customized, like my style.
What kind of stuff do you like? Do you like big stereo systems? Do you like...
I love it all, man. I like super high-tech stuff, futuristic stuff, but I don't want it to be too in your face, you know, because I want the car to be very clean, very simple, but it has everything you can possibly imagine.
I think we should be able to build something for you that really represents you and everything that you love about the Cadillac, everything you love about the freedom of being open air because it's convertible. Yeah. And I think we'll definitely bring out some cool Olympic themes, but not overdoing it.
I like it, man.
I think it's gonna be awesome. I think he's very committed, and I think he's very passionate about what it is that he wants.
Can a Cadillac become a hot rod? I think so, absolutely.
This right here is Apolo Ohno's 64 Cadillac convertible, which we're debuting at the SEMA show. And so where we're at right now is basically we have the metalwork is basically done on the car. We've got the underside of the engine compartment all wrapped up, and we're gonna do the last test fit on the dash today before final fabrication on that is done. And then we're gonna go ahead and put it on the lift and get the exhaust done.
Apolo still wants to maintain the original classic styling on the dash. So Dave has a little trick to hide all the updated electronics.
So you got it figured out there, Will? Oh, that's cool. That's gonna be cool.
Well, I think I got it slowed down to where I like it.
The coolest thing is when you're at a show or you're parking it and wanting to show it off and keep the classic lines, it's completely gone. That's pretty cool. Worked out good, huh?
Yeah, it's working well. So Dave comes up with these crazy ideas that he wants to automate this stereo. And it's my job here at Kindig-It to make it all happen.
With the automated stereo system figured out, it's time to get this caddy in the air to tackle the new exhaust.
One of the things that's going to be unique about this exhaust system is we're using 4 of the Flowmaster Hush Power mufflers on this, 2 up front and then 2 in the back, because Apolo doesn't want to hear this thing. He wants it smooth like a cloud.
Now, it may seem like the crew have their hands full completing this massive old caddy in time for SEMA, but Kindig-It has never been one to shy away from a challenge. Just check out the other projects they've got on deck.
On top of doing the Cadillac for Apolo in another 51 days for the SEMA show, we have 2 other builds that we're not completed with. One of which is this 2006 Charger SRT8. We did a full wide body on the car, 24 by 15s, 22 by 11s.
We're hanging out at Kindig-It Design, checking out their latest project, a classic caddy, updated and customized for Olympic speed skater and passionate car guy, Apolo Ohno.
This car, to me, it just spoke to me. You know, I think all car guys know that when they see a car that they like, you know, you just feel like it talks to you, and you're like, oh, I want this car.
Dave has taken his passion, combined with Apollo's passion, and just the whole American theme to the next level.
So the guys just got done putting in our new door handles that we're doing for Apollo's car. And what this is our flush-mounted door handles. These were originally designed for a car that we built. One of the things that was a key element is a piece of chrome in the middle of the door, but we didn't want a door handle sticking off the car. We came up with this idea.
With Dave's slick and innovative handles installed, it's time to get this thing back in the air to mount the new brakes.
So what we've done is we've taken these 16-inch wheel-wood disc brakes from like a Chevy half-ton Silverado, and we've modded them to go on the 64 Cadillac.
The first time I ever drove the car, literally, in my neighborhood, a guy was sitting on his porch, and he yelled out, he's like, how much do you want for the car? The day that I drove it. I was just like, it's not for sale, buddy. I hit the brakes, right, at this stoplight, and I just noticed, I mean, luckily it was in my neighborhood. I just kind of cruised right through the stop sign. I was like, oh my God, I'm slamming the brakes were just shot.
You can see we have the 6-piston wheel-wood brakes.
Gargantuan.
Gargantuan, guys.
Kindig-It has steadily been solidifying their name amongst the top builders in the world. From their show-stopping creations to their list of accolades, this shop is a force to be reckoned with.
You see the award-winning cars here and the amount of work that's gone into every detail. Look at the Buick of Harold's. That's a classic, and it's a rod.
We won America's, the Good Guys 2011 America's Most Beautiful Street Rod Award.
Look at the bubble top. Look at the Volkswagen. It's nuts. And when you can achieve that level in the same shop, no, he's not a cookie cutter.
This is the rendering that we've talked about, and these are some of the things that we've decided to do with the car. And we've got the Olympic rings in here with the custom gauges, a very flowing interior. It's gonna look very classic. With Apollo on his way actually right now from the airport, I'm gonna have to just dig deep down inside and find out if I really want to show it to him or not. What's going on, buddy?
What's up, man?
Glad you can make it down.
Yeah.
I'm still kind of tossed about whether to show you your car, though.
You gotta show me, man.
All right.
Come on, you gotta show me.
Okay.
I've been dying to see it, man.
It's right there.
What do you mean?
Yeah, the parts. Well, this is where we're at so far.
Oh, wow.
Got most of the bodywork is all wrapped up. A lot of the metal finish is there.
And the body looks totally different. It's cleaned up, smooth. Oh, wow.
So this is what we do with
That looks like a dragon. Are you kidding me? That looks like a dragon, dude.
It's gonna breathe fire, all right. This thing is 505 horsepower, 510 foot-pounds of torque.
It's beautiful, man. This is more than I thought.
Come on over here, I'll show you that dash. What? So we have the double din Pioneer.
Yeah.
It's a full touchscreen, satellite, DVD, it's got GPS, it's got everything. You excited yet?
That makes me happy, man. This is so raw. But you know what made me more happy?
What's that?
You take me for a spin in that Camaro.
I'd love to. That's an excuse to get out of the office. Let's go.
Do it.
Coming up, Dave's got to keep it full throttle to get this caddy done for the SEMA show. Don't go away. Hot Rod TV will be right back. Hot Rod TV is brought to you by Original Parts Group, the leader in classic GM parts. And welcome back to Hot Rod TV. The team here at Kindig-It Design has been working overtime to get Apolo Ohno's super bad caddy ready for the SEMA show. At this point, things are looking pretty good, but time is short, and there's still some last-minute details to address.
Well, today we are a few days away from getting on the road to the SEMA show, and a couple of things that we have left. So far, we've got the motor painted. We've got most of the assembly going together. We have a little bit of dynamat left to do today. A final trim on the outside and start giving it the final polish, get it ready to go.
Before this thing gets shipped off to Vegas, Dave needs his team cranking at full steam. This is the infamous SEMA crunch.
And when he said, let's go to SEMA, I mean, what am I going to say no? You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, of course, let's do this.
There's so much detail that can be put in the last hours that being done 3 days before the show, that's good for some. That's a good comfort zone, but I don't think it's realistic.
Let's check out the progress on one of Dave's other SEMA builds, this 50s era classic Corvette.
With the Corvette today, what we're going to hopefully do is finish all of the rest of the wiring on the engine, the plumbing. Unfortunately, for the dash, we were kind of a little bit behind simply because the dash pad has to go in before the AC can go in, before the hood latches can go in, and of course, there's no book that tells you what order they go in because it's all custom.
And speaking of custom, the Caddy is ready for its completely custom interior.
That looks bitchin'.
To match the clean and classic interior, Apollo wants this thing riding on white-walled tires. But with the beefed-up engine and the new oversized brakes, Dave needed to find a way to make it work.
I designed up a set of wheels, and I had Mike Curtis over at Curtis Speed build up these wheels for us. They look just like a wide white. However, if you look a little closer, it's actually a 22-inch wheel. The wide white section is actually part of the rim, and it's been painted to look like a wide white. If you don't know what you're looking at, you'll walk past it 100 times just thinking it's a set of 18-inch wide whites. That's all rim.
And as the wheels go on, some of the final pieces of the puzzle arrive from Rob Gibbs, Dave's go-to airbrush artist, who's worked his magic on the engine centerpiece and amp covers.
Oh, that's cool. There's Apollo doing his famous number 8 for the 8th medal that he had won during the Olympics. The amp covers are in here, too. I got to see those. Woo!
And back on the Corvette, the guys are hard at work, installing the new air intake system. The crew at Kindig is always trying to stay a few steps ahead of themselves. And as their client list keeps expanding, it's important for Dave to make sure everyone is getting paid the proper attention.
Got clients that are waiting to see what their car is going to look like and get going on them. So it's time to take a couple minutes, and this gentleman's jumping up and down waiting to see what his car is going to look like. So figured I'd get him all excited before I take off for a week to Vegas.
We're down to the details on Apollo's Caddy, and the team's next step is to apply the custom Olympic emblems. This is where it gets a little scary. Drilling holes in a fresh paint job is always a bit nerve-wracking. And as Dave preps 5 cars to leave for SEMA, his next project arrives at the shop, a 1956 Chevy Bel Air.
He wants to build it bad. I want to help him. It's nice because it's complete. I'm looking for rust, because rust typically is the most expensive part to restore before you start going back to original or customizing.
But the Bel Air is gonna have to wait. Right now, Dave's gotta focus on his SEMA projects, and time is quickly running out.
I'm Apollo Anton Ohno, and you're watching Hot Rod TV.